So you're thinking of starting a low carbohydrate diet and you're not sure if you're going to see success on it. Well, today I'm going to share 5 tips with you on how to make sure that you see success with your low carbohydrate diet, whether that's keto, which is less than 50 total carbs per day, ketovore, which is less than 10 total carbs per day, or even carnivore, which is as close to 0 total carbs per day as possible. Hello everyone, my name is Raina. I'm a registered nurse and stay-at-home mom of 2. And for the past 2 years, I've pretty much gone through the entire spectrum of low carbohydrate diets. I started dirty keto, went to clean keto, I did carnivore for a time, and I've landed on ketovore. And throughout this time, there are things that I have learned have kept me successful on this way of eating. Not perfect, but definitely still succeeding on this low carbohydrate diet. Now, I want to be clear, by success, I mean you are sticking with this way of eating. You are giving it the proper time to heal your body and to give you the results that you ultimately want. You're giving it the time that you need. All right, tip number 1 is to do your research. We give so much thought to other things in our life, but for some reason, we don't give second thought to the food that we put in our own body, right? The nutrition that we feed ourselves. And it's so important that we understand why we are eating the way we are eating, right? So why is fat good for us, and why are carbohydrates not only not good for us, but they're actually rejected by our body? We just don't understand that. So making sure that you know why you are eating this way is going to keep you not only from giving into temptations, but also from listening to the things that are not true, right? People are going to question why you're eating this way. Why are you eating so much fat? Or why are you eating so much food? Everything in moderation. All of the things that are not only not true, but they're actually harmful. All you need to do to understand that those things are wrong is go outside, go to a store and look at all of the people that have been listening to the standard advice, everything in moderation, low fat, moderate carbs, very little meat. All of that has been done, and it has only made our society sicker and sicker. So making sure that you understand your research, why you are eating this way, will keep you from getting derailed and listening to the naysayers. Tip number 2, understand your personal relationship with food and also understand the unhealthy habits that you may have grown up with, right? A lot of us did. So for example, I have realized since I started carnivore actually that my sweets cravings after dinner were because I grew up eating sweets after dinner. We just had this kind of family tradition that no matter how much you ate, after dinner we had something sweet, whether that was a piece of bread with milk or coffee or even a bowl of cereal after dinner, but we just had to have something sweet in our mouth right before bed. And so that led to me going through this cycle at a very early age. I was around 12 when I started this cycle of binging and then exercising and then binging on food again and exercising. And it was this very unhealthy cycle of calories in, calories out type of mentality, even if those calories came from the crappiest junk food that I could have, right? But I thought that as long as I moderated and just ate less than I was burning, then somehow I would lose the weight and I would be healthy. So understanding those unhealthy habits, right? They may be different in your family. Being conscious of these unhealthy habits can keep us from moving forward with them as well. Tip number 3, prepare for the transition period. And this will vary depending on every person, depending on how low carb you want to go and how quickly you want to move into a low carbohydrate diet, but there will be a transition period, right? For me, it was very minimal when I went from standard American to dirty keto because it was a slow transition. But when I went straight into carnivore from keto, my body definitely felt it. I had nausea, I had diarrhea. I'm pretty sure I went to the bathroom a little bit more than I was supposed to. So making sure that you mentally prepare yourself for that, because your body's going to react, right? It's a detoxing sort of reaction from the high carbohydrate diet you were coming from. But push through it. It's a short transition. It is your body simply switching from running on glucose to running on fat. the way that it's supposed to. Tip number 4, think about how you want to start. Do you want to go cold turkey, or do you want to maybe very slowly ease into lowering your carbs? And be realistic with it. If you are someone who is single and lives alone, then it may be easier for you to go cold turkey, because once you decide that you cut everything out, then you won't have temptations around you because you'll cut them out. But if you're like me and you live in a household full of people that maybe not keto or maybe aren't on the same page as you, then maybe cutting them out slowly will be more realistic for you, will be maybe easier to maintain than going cold turkey. Tip number 5, and this one is very important, and I so wish someone had told me about it when I was starting my low carbohydrate journey, is take measurements. So lab work, take baseline lab work, whether that's your hemoglobin A1C, your cholesterol, triglycerides, your insulin, whatever you want to see change, make sure that you take baseline measurements, because how else will you know if they're improving if you don't have a baseline number? Also, your measurements, take measurements around your waist, right? Around your belly button. I've seen people measure their thighs or their arms. And that way, if you don't see the scale moving, right? If you're not seeing the results that you want to on the scale, you can always measure and see if maybe there are changes in the parts of your body that you want to see change. It's just slower than maybe you would like. But that's going to be a great fallback for when you think that maybe you're not having any changes just because the scale isn't moving. This low carbohydrate way of eating has this amazing benefit of body recomposition. Some people don't see the weight change on the scale, but they see that they're losing inches on their waist. And that is because they might be gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time. Hey guys, as I was editing this video, I realized that I forgot one tip. So you get a 6th one, you get an extra one for free. And it is that if you fall off the horse, right, you have a cheat meal, a cheat treat, you give into some kind of temptation, right? We all do. Get right back on the horse. Don't spend any time lingering, on your negative thoughts or feeling guilty about it or whatever. It's inevitable, right? You're not going to be proud of it, but you need to move through that phase quickly, because the longer you feel that way, I feel like the longer you may indulge in those negative feelings. You might think, well, I'm already here. Why not just, finish the rest of the day with a crappy meal? No, make that next bite of food as soon as you realize that you've gone wrong, right? If you gave into carbohydrates, you give into sugar, you give into whatever your guilty pleasure is, make that next bite of food a good one. Because every time you put a bite of food in your mouth, you're giving signals. You're sending signals to your body. I want to heal. I want to change. I want to get better. I want to feel better. Or I don't care. Right? So it's like one or the other. You're telling your body, I want to get better, I want to heal, or I don't care. And if you tell your body that you don't care, well, what do you expect for it to tell you back? Right? So it depends on how ready you are to heal, how quickly you're going to get over this guilty phase, and how serious you are going to be about your diet. But don't feel bad because you fell off the wagon, or you had some kind of treat, some kind of cheat meal or whatever. We all do, right? We all have those moments. I talk about it on my vlogs all the time. Like, I am human. I live with other humans who have tons of temptations around me all the time. But it's about the decisions that we make every day, every single day, every single moment. Every bite of food that we put in our mouth has to be a conscious one. So get right back on the horse. No guilty, negative emotions, at least not for too long, right? Don't let them linger. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to check out the free resources that I linked below. If you liked today's video, please hit the thumb up, subscribe, and share this with someone who you think might benefit. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.